I've done plenty of rip-offs on this show, but now it's time for a different type of movie, the homage film. That's where instead of ripping off one specific movie while it's still popular in the hopes of making some quick money, you do a tribute to an entire type of movie long after it ceased to be profitable. Which would explain a lot about the movie I'm about to do. The Ghastly Love of Johnny X is an homage to 1950s sci-fi films that has the distinction of being the lowest grossing theatrically released movie of 2012, making only $117 during its original release. Okay, I would say that that's a bad sign, but considering we live in a world where this can make over $1 billion, I don't know if box office is really the best indicator of quality. The movie's produced by Ottermole, which already sounds like a rejected 50s monster movie, and it's also filmed in Ghastly scope. It was a toss-up between filming in that or Crap-O-Rama. Well, at least the movie lets us know what a 50s X-Men movie might look like. So the movie begins on another planet where 50s Anakin Skywalker is brought in to face judgment from, By the way, that's Kevin McCarthy from Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and he's quite correct to scold this guy. Eating black licorice should be a criminal offense. This is our protagonist, Johnny X, and he and his followers are on trial for totally rebelling against the system, Daddy-O.
Young man, do you really wish to become that?
I don't even know what that is. It looks like Conan O'Brien in a bad Johnny Cash outfit. The judge sentences Johnny to be exiled to Earth, but little does he know, Johnny's got 2 power gloves in his possession, which works for about 5 seconds.
I have no choice but to sentence you to Earth.
1 year later, huh? So, still the 50s, I guess. On Earth, Johnny and his gang appear to have been hiding out in the robot monster cave, which is a little worrying. Although personally, I'm more concerned about the Battlefield Earth camera angles.
Let's fade!
And it looks like Johnny and his gang are busy being chased by a movie, so time for a commercial break.
I'd like to say a word about Chesterfield. Chesterfields are milder smoking, better tasting.
I don't know. I think this commercial would be better if it was done by the Flintstones.
The cigarette that delivers flavor 20 times a pack.
A little early for the movie to be taking a break for lunch, isn't it? Okay, it does introduce a subplot about a rock star that's mysteriously gone missing, but it's quickly distracted by dad ass.
You see that desert? You know what's sitting out there?
The movie Tarantula?
Lizards.
Ah, giant Gila monster. Gotcha. This is Bliss, the movie's femme fatale, and she starts putting the moves on the soda jerk, Chip.
They're looking for me, that's what they're doing. And you know why? They wanna lick me.
Yikes. I don't know if that's sexy or fucking terrifying. Bliss is Johnny's girlfriend, and I think I know what Johnny sees in her. Bliss is on the run from Johnny and asks Chip to come with her, but before they can leave...
He's here.
Well, he's got some great legs. What are Johnny and his gang gonna do now that they found Bliss?
See this A? It's an A for an X. Whoa, man. Do you like my A? Well, look at it and like it, cause it's all that you get.
What the hell? So yeah, turns out in addition to being a 50s sci-fi homage, the movie's also a musical. Because when I think of 50s sci-fi movies, the first one that comes to mind is Singin' in the Rain. It looks like Bliss isn't the only one with sexy bottle opening skills. See? This guy just made one come all over the camera. Alright, the movie's a musical, so let's see what the song's like.
Johnny, oh Johnny, why can't you Johnny be good?
Bad idea to remind me of songs I'd rather be listening to, movie. And some of these other lyrics don't make much sense either.
Behave a bit more normal, like an earthly teenager should.
Why the hell would he behave like a teenager? He's 34! Anyway, during the musical number, Chip convinces Bliss to go with him, but greaser Jim Parsons isn't about to let her go without a fight. And unfortunately for Bliss, Johnny's playing with power.
I love the Power Glove.
It's so bad.
Give me what I want.
A copy of Rad Racer? Johnny almost makes Bliss bite the dust, but he didn't count on Chip. Oh no, somebody doing something! Johnny's one weakness! Well, better luck next time, Johnny.
I charge you, as you value the secret of that device, to do nothing and say nothing of this episode.
Don't worry, not enough people saw this movie, so your secret's safe. This is King Clayton, a concert promoter who was supposed to put on a show by the missing rock star, Mickey O'Flynn. Clayton tells Johnny he knows where Bliss is going, somehow, but he'll only tell him if Johnny agrees to do him a favor. Meanwhile, looks like Bliss and Chip are going to see a movie at the drive-in. Beatnik Barbecue. It's rated M, probably because of all the scat.
I've never seen a picture show at the drive-in.
Almost all these babies are gone.
Yes. Truly, drive-ins were a rare thing in the 1950s. Like hula hoops or suspecting your neighbor of secretly being a communist. And did somebody say song?
And though your questions might persist, even after we have kissed, they'll be answered by these lips that never lie.
So her lips don't lie, huh? Alright, well, at least the movie's reminding me of a song I'd rather not be listening to. After engaging in a quick 1950s sex scene, Bliss convinces Chip to help her.
Now, what's this all about?
The ghastly love of Johnny X.
Title drop. But it turns out Bliss has got some secrets of her own.
One day he came to us with this dastardly device. He called it the resurrection suit. When he put on that suit, he could control anyone. I was his first subject.
What are those?
Hey, easy, Chip. Bliss is very sensitive about her botched implants.
How do you think he forced me out of the car?
But all he had was a glove.
That's why he could only make me do nasty things with one hand.
So that it's true. The Power Glove really is so bad. Turns out Bliss has the rest of Johnny's suit and he wants it back. So, wait, if she has the entire resurrection suit except for one glove, why didn't she use it on him? Or does Johnny not have the right nip implants? Speaking of Johnny, Clayton shows him the place where Mickey O'Flynn was supposed to hold his concert.
They were gonna wreck this place, tear it down until Lil and I stepped in to save it. We just borrowed some money and whammo, here we are.
Whammo! Baroque!
Funny, I think that's what the filmmaker said after this movie's opening weekend. And I don't think the show's ready yet. Your Joe Cocker animatronic appears to be malfunctioning. I would say that's weird, but compared to some of the other puppet-related shit I've seen on this show, it really isn't. We discover Mickey isn't missing, he's in a flashback? Turns out Clayton tried to get Mickey to perform a show at his concert hall, but he was a little uncooperative. Now let me see, how do I describe Mickey?
I don't have any fans. All I got a bunch of pesky ghouls waiting for me to pop off so my autograph will be worth more.
Imagine if Quentin Tarantino played Roy Orbison in a biopic, and you're halfway there. Also, if this guy's a rock star, then when the hell was rock and roll invented in this universe? The 20s?
There you go. There you go. Thank you, Mr. Claymation.
There's no claymation in this movie. Quit teasing me. Oh, and Mickey died immediately after agreeing to do the concert. Probably from old age.
You promised me Bliss in the suit, yet you delivered nothing but a dead cracker.
Hey, that is racist. I think. Also, plot convenience.
Is that the sweet smell of soda jerk on your lips?
He's talking about the guy's jizz. Well, it wouldn't be a 50s homage without a rumble, and by that I mean a cat fight. Ladies, don't fight. You're gonna wake up Bill Murray from Zombieland. And don't smash up the car, Johnny. That's where most of the movie's budget went. Thankfully, Bliss knows the one thing that can stop him: product placement.
Have a Coke.
Ah, the pause that refreshes.
Truly not since Rock and Roll Nightmare has Coca-Cola been more proudly associated with a movie. Clayton reveals that he wants Johnny to use the resurrection suit to control Mickey's body in order to have him perform the concert. Although something tells me Clayton isn't the most perceptive guy ever.
Chip, if you're the freckle-faced, sweet kid, I know you are.
Kid? He's like 40! Johnny agrees to use the suit on Mickey, but why the hell is he so interested in him in the first place?
Strange running into you here. Chasing you across galaxies. My own father. No!
So after that touching family reunion, the other members of Johnny's gang are getting a little fed up with him and can only express themselves through another musical number.
What's up with Johnny? We are ready to blow.
That's too easy, keep going.
We gotta make him stay out of the Milky Way.
And far away from that no good bitch.
What the hell? Did the movie just interrupt its own musical number? And they do it again, too.
I knew I'd find you someday before I got too old.
Jeez, all this song is missing is a Dr. Horrible cameo.
Got to empty my heart.
Down here, his intent was clear.
You're tearing me apart.
Okay, I know that was probably a reference to Rebel Without a Cause, but I know what we're all thinking right now.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa!
Not only are the musical numbers stepping over each other, I think they're stepping into other movies.
What's up with Johnny?
What's up with the sarcophagus? You gonna explain that? Turns out it's part of the show, with Johnny using the suit to cause Mickey to make his entrance on stage from it, proving once and for all that Johnny invented shock rock and not Alice Cooper. Wow, looks like this place is really jumping. Nothing says rock and roll like tablecloths and candles. Are you ready to rock in a calm, sedate environment? Yeah! Oh, and if you're wondering why Johnny's even doing this in the first place, part of his sentence was that he needed to do an unselfish act in order for him and his gang to be able to return to their home planet. And apparently, using his suit to make his dead father's corpse dance like a puppet and put on a rock show is that unselfish act. Okay, personally I would have just donated some money to charity or done some community service, but I guess that works too. But looks like one of Johnny's gang is getting a little sick of his bullshit.
Why don't you make yourself useful? Take those lines, run them over the transformer, tie them in, because your onboard battery ain't gonna cut it.
Sluggo ain't your personal errand boy.
I'm wearing a suit that can make you do whatever I want. Do you know what it's like to fist your own dick hole? Because you're about to find out if you don't do as I say, pal. They get ready to start the show, and I'm not sure why Mickey's so popular. It looks like all his fans are members of a bowling team. Anyway, time to let the world know why Mickey O'Flynn is the world's greatest rock star. This is like if Meatloaf had his own Chuck E. Cheese robot. But Sluggo overloads Johnny's suit, which resurrects Mickey for real.
Booga, 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 baby, don't be cruel.
So Mickey's a zombie now, but on the plus side, this does make him look more like present-day Mick Jagger. And it doesn't seem to affect his popularity at all. He even still gets groupies.
Yeah, darling, life's too short to spend on your back, alone.
Oh, Mr. O'Flynn, whatever do you mean?
You have no idea.
It means he wants to fuck you. That's what that means. Oh, and I guess Sluggo's now his bodyguard. But in all this confusion, what about Chip and Bliss?
You're a sweet kid, but I'm a bit lost here. Maybe I latched on to the wrong boy.
For the last time, he's 40! Sluggo kidnaps Bliss by giving her some kind of pill. I don't know what it does, but it looks like she tried to swallow an O'Henry bar whole. Anyway, they better get going. Mickey's gonna be late for his Hocus Pocus audition.
Thanks, one and all, for staying tuned through that interlude.
The hell? Did the movie just switch to another channel?
And now let's bring back the potentate of pleasantry, the sultan of civility. Who else could be better company but Cousin Quilty?
Shut up.
Paul Williams? What are you doing in this movie? Paul plays a late-night talk show host, although personally I just wish he was on The Muppet Show again. But let's see what his show's like.
I'm one of the few living talk show hosts who's actually been abducted. I spent several weeks with the little fellows. They even took a stab at impregnating me. Fun, but fruitless.
Well, you can't get pregnant from an anal probe, Paul. Mickey makes his way to Paul's studio, I guess so he can debut his new look to the world.
Look into my eyes, and everything is gonna be just fine.
You're dreamy.
You're just saying that because he looks like Freddy Krueger. And the great thing about live television is they just let people show up unannounced and be on the show.
Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for one of the greatest singers of all time. The man with a grin, Mickey O'Flynn.
Now's the part where Mickey and Paul sing a duet of Rainbow Connection. After Mickey entertains the crowd with some of his stupid pet tricks, he makes an important announcement.
Sluggo is my son. I didn't exactly germinate his mom's hoo-ha or anything like that, but Sluggo is my son.
That's great. Now do me a favor and never talk about germinating hoo-haws again. As if being disowned by his undeadbeat father wasn't bad enough, Sluggo also demands that Johnny bring him the resurrection suit.
I don't think I like your son.
He's a good egg. He's just a little hard-boiled.
Not like you, Mickey. You're boiled to perfection.
Boiled? He looks like a burnt strip of bacon.
Now, wait, don't get all clingy now. Mickey needs his space, Mama.
You're lucky somebody still wants to fuck you. I wouldn't be choosy, Mickey. Ah, well, she's gone. Sluggo plans to use the suit to make an entire army of zombies, so I guess he's the villain now? Oh, and here's an idea, Johnny. Instead of just giving him the suit, why don't you use it to defeat Sluggo and rescue Bliss? No? You're not gonna do that? Okay, let me know how that goes.
No! It's not this! Soda, I warned you, man!
And you were a terrible hero, Johnny! So Sluggo gets his hands on the suit, or at least the power gloves, and Johnny has a tearful reunion with his father.
You've got a good heart. I want you to follow it. I want you to find that girl. And don't fail her like I failed you.
No. Go, my son. Leave me.
Oh, Dad, I'll never forget the way you never tried to contact me, died, and then disowned me as a zombie before dying again. During the final battle, Sluggo shows off some more vintage 1950s values, like hitting women. Oh no, not that one girl that was in Johnny's gang. What was her name?
It's a beat for Bobby.
Yeah, not her. I'm just joking. She's actually fine, and she's dead again. Also, you could have stepped in and helped out Johnny. Just saying. Johnny may have immediately forgotten about Bobby, but at least he gives Chip a eulogy.
He may have come off as square, but he never once turned his back on a fight.
Just kidding, he's alive. Which means he also could have helped out, but instead chose to just sit there and play dead. You're a terrible hero too, Chip.
And may this spot where Chip fell be hallowed ground.
I wish my mother could hear this.
She didn't see this movie in the theater either, huh? Well, that's a bummer. And it turns out this was just the unselfish act Johnny needed to do in order to get home. Even though once again, Johnny didn't do shit. Seriously, he just handed over the suit and then Bobby was the one who defeated Sluggo. In fact, Space Lady here doesn't even mention Bobby's sacrifice, and the rest of them seem to have forgotten she even existed. Did everyone in this movie secretly hate her guts or something? Oh well, at least they all get to go home and... Wait, what?
No offense, Queenie, but it's Squaresville back there, man.
Turns out my character arc was totally pointless, Daddy-O. I haven't learned a thing! And this is kind of a raw deal for Chip. Bliss left before she even got a chance to circumcise him. Oh well, at least he finds the groupie from earlier. Although I think Chip might be a little young for her. Well, time to end the movie on a musical number.
Where do I know you from? Medfield High School.
Played the drum.
You were on the football cheerleading squad.
You were the one who everybody said was odd.
Probably because he was 35 and still in high school. So that's The Ghastly Love of Johnny X, a 50s style sci-fi, comedy, musical, whatever. So did this deserve to be the lowest grossing movie of 2012? I'd say no. I gotta admit, I kinda admire the dedication the filmmaker showed in making this movie. Sure, not all the jokes work, and some of the songs are definitely better than others, but you can tell that the movie was a real labor of love and was made by people with a genuine affection for the movies they're paying tribute to. Like I said, the movie's not totally successful, and it'll likely only appeal to a very specific audience, but if you love 50s sci-fi movies like the filmmakers clearly did, you might have fun with this movie. Well, that's all for now. Until next time.
Flying saucer.